It's no secret that the right has done a fantastic job of seamlessly weaving their message into internet culture in a very cohesive way. Many curious young people go on YouTube just looking for dating advice or self-improvement content and come out the other side as enraged, radicalized bigots that think that everyone but themselves is the problem. And until now, the left has offered no clear alternative in terms of a consistent message for people of all backgrounds to live better lives. However, that all changed when a young leftist creator named Harper O'Connor came onto the scene with his ambitious vision to change the very culture of the internet with his mentorship program known as Vanguard Studios, that I just so happened to be a part of, but even I didn't know the fullest extent of his aspirations until very recently. So in today's installment of Twig's Change Project, I will be telling you guys about my experience in Vanguard Studios, as well as what it's like working with Harper O'Connor to see this very lofty goal come to fruition. And you don't want to miss my exclusive perspective on who Harper really is as a person and why he wants to change the world so badly. And I too will share where I fit into this monumental vision to change the landscape of YouTube and the internet as a whole, to unite a generation against the real dangers of the modern world. Let's get into it. So now you're probably wondering, what exactly is this Vanguard Studios program? And how did I find it? Let's focus on the second question first, because it's a lot simpler to answer, as I had been experiencing a lot of positive channel growth in the months of August and September, as well as a few comments from people who actually believed that I could get this channel off the ground and become something more. As such, I started to look into ways to fast track my channel from 0 subscribers to the very top of YouTube. But I couldn't do it alone. I didn't need just any mentor. I needed a mentor that understood my vision and was able to quickly and precisely fix all of my weak points so that I could become the content creator I always knew I could be. Luckily for me, that's when I found Harper's channel. And as soon as he announced that he was offering mentorship, I was extremely curious and I decided to check it out. This is where we actually get to the first question. What was Vanguard Studios really like? Well, I learned a lot from this very first call. We got straight to the point. Harper gave me practical advice on how I could improve my channel today or anything like that. He seemed genuinely interested in wanting to help me, and that's what this experience has been like. There's so many different tools that I've been given in order to grow my channel, like a Discord server with weekly meetings to go over our work and threads where we can give peer-reviewed feedback to the other creators in the program. But while these group benefits are cool and all, nothing can truly encapsulate just how helpful the weekly one-on-one time I have gotten with Harper has truly been for me. Because each time he has given me personalized coaching as to what I can work on right now to most effectively patch up my weaknesses and enhance my strengths. And let me tell you, I've taken full advantage of all of these benefits. Just look at how many of these threads are mine. But the Discord is really only half the story. Because as someone who actually talks to Harper O'Connor regularly, I think the more interesting part of this whole program is who he is as a person and why he wants to do this very monumental project. By all accounts, if you just ran into Harper on the street, you'd think he's a pretty normal dude. He's calm, laid back, pretty slow to anger, and overall, just a very calming presence in general, which is honestly a breath of fresh air considering the many loud, annoying leftist personalities out there. He was once a teenager who fell for internet red pill advice, but he came out the other side And he used that experience that he gained from the Red Pill community in order to better cater his content to serve young men in a way that, in my opinion, no other leftist creator really does at all. And his calm presence, combined with his background in public debate, has made it so that he can very calmly engage with people he disagrees with, yet still completely dismantle their arguments. As a result, his content kind of embodies a revamped self-improvement style, incorporating some aspects of red pill masculinity into Marxist theory and creating a space where young men can actually learn how to become powerful leaders and beloved members of the community who dedicate their lives to serving others and use their strength to protect the weak, rather than basing it entirely on fear and control. He'll wake up and read some Leninist theory, but in the afternoon, he'll just go box with his friends. And honestly, that's such a vibe. I love that. And then in the evening, he'll come back and answer all of his students' questions like nothing happened. And he'll keep that calm smile on his face the whole time. But despite how calm he appears, a fire rages within him. He clearly wants more than just a channel with 70,000 subscribers and a few Patreon members to pay his bills. No, the right has exploited people for years through their use of the media, and he wants to do something about that. But, just like me, he knows he can't do it alone. That's where people like me come in. Passionate people who want to change the world and change internet culture, but lack some of the necessary skills to get off the ground. Luckily, that's why he's training me and the rest of my co-revolutionaries to become juggernauts of a new cultural movement with him at the helm. I must say though, even I'm a little skeptical that this could work. Like, this is a guy who has 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. How is he going to compete with the likes of Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro? Simple. He's got to put in the work, and he does, which is why I don't care one bit, and I fully support this. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm willing to see this through to the end and help however I can, but I too can't do this alone. I need you to support my work and Harper's work in order to help get this movement off the ground, to turn it from just some random commie dream into an actual reformist reality, where this new culture can be reflected in the politics of the world, and the wealth gap can finally shrink. Homeless people can get off the streets and finally have a chance at the life they want. That being said though, when I heard about this, I still didn't clearly know my role as to what content I should make in order to help Harper out in the best way possible. So I did the only logical thing, and I literally asked him. I went on a call and asked him, hey, what can I actually do to help you out? And he showed me this simple graphic of the 4 quadrants that almost all content on YouTube falls into, where most leftist videos fall under this bottom left quadrant of very inward-facing educational content like video essays and book reviews, but it's not super personal or focused on actually giving you advice on how to succeed in life. And that is where Harper's channel comes in. He's really the only one in his mind that really does leftist content in the top left section, which is mostly focused on actionable and personal growth. Where I come in though is the top right quadrant, where I try to make very educational, objective videos about psychology in order to explain the politics of the world around me. And I place a very heavy emphasis on using research and being as unbiased and apolitical as I can, while still having the perspective of a progressive man. So yeah, that's my role in this cultural movement. I have to be the one that pioneers the leftist psychology and mental health awareness space, which I've been doing already for quite some time, and you guys have absolutely no idea. I got y'all. However, like I've mentioned many times, there's no way I can do this alone. So I wanted to refer you guys, if you would like to help with this cultural movement, to go and join Vanguard Studios. Even though recruitment is slowing down, Harper's always open to taking on new members if people drop out, and you might just be lucky to secure one of the last spots. If that sounds like too much for you though, you can support my work where I cover mental health awareness and LGBTQ+ rights related content every single Tuesday. As always, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Go check out Harper's channel if you haven't already, and peace!